Hey everyone, welcome to another 6th grade jump math lesson. Today's lesson is Statistics and Probabilities, Lesson 6, Frequency. Our goal in this lesson is to be able to distinguish between the value of a data point and its frequency, and use that frequency to calculate the mean. We're going to be introducing some new vocabulary terms. We're going to learn cell, data value, frequency, tally, and tally chart. Frequency is the number of times something happens. So in a data set, the word frequency means the number of times a single value occurs. So in this set, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 data points. But only 4 data values because there's only 4 different numbers being used. 4, 5, 6, and 7. So when we look at our sevens, we realize there are 3 sevens, so the frequency of 7 is 3. What about the frequency of 4? Well, there are 2 4s, so the frequency is 2. The frequency of 5 is also 2 because there are two data points that are 5. 6's frequency is 1 because there's only one 6. Now, we normally organize these frequencies in what's called a tally chart. So a tally chart has 3 different columns. The first one is for the data values, and we'll just list the data values from the lowest, which is 4, all the way to the highest, which is 7. We'll include every number in between, even if it's not a data point. So 4 all the way to 7, so 5, 6, 7. Our second step is to tally. As I go through the list, I'm going to mark off a number and turn it into a tally on my table. So 7, 7, tally, tally. 4, 4, tally, tally. 7 gets a tally, 6 gets a tally, and 5 gets 2 tallies. Now that we have our tally marks, we're able to do step 3, get the frequency. So the frequency of 4 is 2. So I'm going to put 2 in this cell. A cell is a single box on the table. So this is a cell, this is a cell, this is a cell, these are cells. A cell is just a single box in the table. So we're going to put the frequency of 5 in this cell, and it's 2 because there's 2 tally marks. 6's frequency is 1, 7's frequency is 3. So now we filled out our tally chart with the frequencies of our data values. Now, this data set is similar but slightly different, and I want to figure out what we notice about the highest and lowest values of the 2 sets. Well, before we can make a decision, we need to organize it into a data table. So we have first our data values. Our lowest again is 4, our highest is 7, so 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do our tally marks, 7, 7, 4, 4. Make sure you're crossing them out as you put them in your table. Make sure you're going from left to right so that you don't accidentally skip over or miss somebody or count them twice. And now this one has a 5th one, so we use a diagonal slash. And this one also has a 5th one, so we use a diagonal slash. And now we're ready to fill out the cells for frequency. So we have a frequency of 5 for 4, 2, 1, and 5. Now, going back to our original question, what do we notice about the highest and the lowest values of this data set? Well, I noticed the lowest has 5 for a frequency and the highest has 5 for a frequency. So they have the same frequency. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and give it a try. When your data table is filled out, play the video and see if it's correct. So starting off with the data values, our lowest is 2, our highest is 5. So remember, count all the way up, even if it's not included in your data set. So this is 2 all the way to 5. So 3, 4, 5. Now for our tallies, 3 gets 1, 2, 3, and then 2 5s. So now when we go to get our frequency, we'll just fill out the appropriate cells. This is 1, 2, 4 has no tally marks, so that means the frequency is 0. And then 2 for 5. All right, pause the video and give this one a try as well. When you're ready, play the video and we'll go over the answers. So starting with the data value, it looks like my lowest data is 10. My highest data point is 15, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're ready for tallies. So 11, 10, 10, 12, 15, 12, 10, 10, 11, 10. And now for our frequencies, we have 5, 2, 2. There's nothing in 13 and 14, so the frequency is 0, and then 1. Up to now, what have we been doing to calculate the mean of a data set? Well, we've been adding up all the numbers and then dividing by however many numbers in our data set. But in this situation, we have 10 data points. It's going to be a very long addition problem that's going to go on for a really long time and take up a lot of space. So I want an alternative method that could help me save some of that time. And we can do that using our data table. So let's first fill out our tally chart so that we can figure out our frequencies, and then we're going to use our frequencies to calculate the mean. So based on this set, what numbers would go in our data value column? Well, our lowest number in the whole data set is a 3, and our highest is a 9. So we'll go from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we'll get our tallies. So 3 gets 1, 4, 9, 8, 6, 3, 9, 9, 3, 6. And then we'll fill out our frequencies. So we've got 3, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 3. Now that this is filled out, we're going to use this to find the mean. So instead of adding up all the digits as is, we can simply multiply each data value by its frequency. So for instance, on 3, we noticed we had a data value, our data value 3 had a frequency of 3. So we could do 3 times 3. Data value 4 had a frequency of 1, so we could do 4 times 1. 5 did not have a frequency, so it would just be 5 times 0. 6 has a frequency of 2, so 6 times 2. 7 had a frequency of 0, so 7 times 0. 8 has a frequency of 1, and 9 a frequency of 3, so 8 times 1 and 9 times 3. So instead of having 10 things I'm adding, I'm only going to be adding this time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 if we don't include the ones that become 0. So 3 times 3 is 9, 1 times 4 is 4, 5 times 0 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12, 0 times 7 is 0, 1 times 8 is 8, and 3 times 9 is 27. And then just like we do normally, we would add them up and then divide by however many are in our original data set. Not this, but our original data set. So let's add up. 9 plus 4 is 13. Plus, I don't have to add the 0 because anything plus 0 is just the same number. So we'll go to 12. 13 plus 12 is 25. Plus, there's another 0, so we don't need it. We'll go to 8. 25 plus 8, and I'm going to need just a little bit more room. 25 plus 8 is 33. Plus 27, and 33 plus 27 is 60. Now that's just the first step of mean. We know we have to take this total and then divide it by the number in our data set. So I'll scroll back up and we'll count the number inside our data set, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 data points. So I'll divide it by 10, and 6 is our mean. Now you pause the video and give it a try. I want you to fill out the tally chart and then use that tally chart to find the mean of this data set. When you're ready, play the video and we'll go over the answers. So it looks like our lowest data value is 4 and our highest data value is 6. So 4, 5, 6. Going through our tallies, we got 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5, 5, 6. So we have frequencies of 2 down the line. So when we get our mean, we'll have to do 4 times 2 plus 5 times 2 plus 6 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 6 times 2, which is 12. 8 plus 10 is 18, plus 12 is 30. Now we'll do 30, the total, divided by the number of data points in our set. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data points in our set. So we'll do 30 divided by 6 and get that our mean is 5. Once again, pause the video and give it a try. Fill out the tally chart and then use that tally chart to find the mean. When you're ready, play the video and we'll go over the answers. Alright, our lowest data value is 1. Our highest is 7, so we'll count from 1 all the way up to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going for our tally, so 6, 2, 2, 7, 6, 6, 2, 1, 4. And then we'll fill out our frequencies. This is 1, 3, 0, 1, 0, 3, 1. And now we're going to use those frequencies to solve for our mean. So we have 1 times 1 plus 2 times 3 plus, we don't need 3 because this is frequency of 0. So we'll go to 4 times 1 plus, we don't need 5 because again it's a frequency of 0. So we'll go to 6 times 3 plus 7 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1 plus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4 times 1 is 4 plus 6 times 3 is 18 plus 7 times 1 is 7. And now we'll add 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 18 is 29. And 29 plus 7 is 36. Now we'll count the data points in our set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So to find the mean, we'll do 36, our total, divided by 9, which is the number of points in our data set, and we'll get 4 for our mean. Now here's a bonus problem. Go ahead and pause the video and try this out. When you're filling out your data chart, make sure that you recognize that you don't have to count by ones if your largest value is not in ones. Here it looks like our largest values are in hundreds, so you can make your chart by counting by hundreds. When you're ready, play the video and we'll go over the answer. Alright, so we have the lowest value at 400 and the highest at 1,000. So we'll go 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000. Now we're ready for tallies. 600, 400, 66, 66, 400, and 1,000. And now our frequencies. 400 has 2. 500 has a 0 in this cell because there's no frequency. This is 3. Several zeros because there's no frequencies for those 3. And then 1,000 is a 1. And now we're ready to calculate our mean. I'm going to scroll down and give a little bit more room. So we have 400 times 2 plus, we don't need 500 because it's a frequency of 0, so we'll just do 600 times 3. All of these are a frequency of 0, so we don't need them, so we'll go straight to 1,000 times 1. 400 times 2 is 800, plus 600 times 3 is 1,800, plus 1,000 times 1 is 1,000. So 800 plus 1,800 is 2,600 plus 1,000. 2,600 plus 1,000 is 3,600. Ooh, that was 36,000. One too many zeros. Now, we'll count our data values. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we'll do our total, 3,600 divided by our 6 data points. And 36 divided by 6 is 6. And then there are 1, 2 zeros, so I'll put 1, 2 zeros. So we get 600 for our mean. Now you're ready for the AP book. When you've finished the AP book and you've checked your answers, feel free to come back to this video and try the extension problems. Here are the extension problems for this lesson. Go ahead and pause the video here so you can attempt them. When you're ready, play the video and we'll go over the answers together. So the first thing we need to do on A is create our tally chart. So I'll do it over here. We need our data values, so I'll call them dV. We need our tallies, so T, and our frequencies, so F. So starting off with our data values, our lowest is 23, our highest is 27. So we'll do 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So now we have tallies. So 24, 23, 26, 27, 23, 25, 25, 27. And now our frequency. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one ended up being a pattern. Cool. And now we can solve for our mean using the frequencies. So we got 23 times 2 plus 24 times 1 plus 25 times 2 plus 26 times 1 plus 27 times 2. 23 times 2 is 46 plus 24 times 1, which is just 24, plus 25 times 2 is 50, plus 26 times 1 is 26, plus 27 times 2 is 54. Now we're ready to add up. I'm actually going to need a little room after all. So what I'm going to do is scroll down, and then I'm going to move number 2 down some to give us some space. Okay. And then we'll just add 46 plus 24 is 70, plus 50 is 120, plus 26 is 126. Still not enough room. Plus 54. So again, I'll move this down, I guess. We need more room. And then 126 plus 54 is 180. Now we'll take our total 180 and divide it by the number of data points. We're going to scroll up and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll divide that by 8. Now I can't do what I did earlier because 18 divided by 8 won't work. So I'm going to need to put 180 inside the box and 8 outside the box. 8 will go in 18 twice, which is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. Bring down my 0. 8 will go into 20, again 2 times, which is 16. Which gives me 20 minus 16, which is 4. Now, 8 won't go into 4, so I can, at this point, make a fraction, 22 and 4/8. Or I can add a decimal and bring it up, and add a 0 and bring it down. And I'll see that 8 goes into 40 5 times, which is 40 with no remainder. So our answer is 22.5 or 22 and 4/8. Both would work. Both are correct answers. Now going on to number 2. Number 2, that they've already given us the data values possible, and they've already given us what happens after they were multiplied by their frequency. What we have to do is use backwards logic to figure out what the frequency was. For instance, here I have 8, so what times 1 is 8? Well, that would be 8. So that means I must have had 8 ones. Here I have 4, so what times 2 is 4? 2 is. Here I have 12, so what times 3 is 12? 4. Here's 4. What times 4 is 4? 1. Here's 0. What times 0 is 5? No, excuse me, I said that backwards. What times 5 is 0? 0. Here we have 24, so what times 6 is 24? 4. And then here we have 35, so what times 7 is 35? 5. Thank you for joining me in today's lesson, and I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you in our next one. Have a good day.